So I am communication officer for one of the funding programs, for the Baltic Sea Region program. And we as funding programs, we of course, our task is to manage EU funds, our task is to support projects, but we have lots of projects. So Baltic Deal is one of more than 80 projects, or let's say 100 in our program. And if I look at other funding programs, so we do have many. So let's take a look at what we, as funding program, funding several projects actually, or hundreds, some of them, can do for a project. And again, from the communication point of view. Of course, we have very traditional media that we are using. So we have a website. And on this website, we inform about projects in the project database. We inform about outputs of projects. We provide information, basic information about project. When we get material from project, we publish it also on our traditional media. This looks simple, and I think everybody can do it, every funding program. Doesn't sound interesting, maybe yet. We have also publications, and in the publications we also feature projects, Baltic Deal as well. At some point, we went into social media, and of course, if we inform about projects also through social media channels. So we retweet, we tweet, we put on Facebook, and we do all this kind of stuff. Maybe what is more interesting, apart from featuring projects in our traditional and not very traditional media, we also try to improve communication in projects. From the very beginning, before the project even starts, when people are starting to plan, we try to make project developers aware that communication is a very important work package, that you need people, you need resources, and you need lots of time for communication. Later on, we, for example, provide training on we organize communications where most of the projects take part. So we speak and we analyze communication plans. We speak about target groups, about communication aims and tools. And also we provide some training. So we invite, for example, external companies, PR agencies, where we give some training to communication people in projects. So this is one small extra that we can provide for running project. And in our opinion, the most important thing is we try to make projects come together. So if you are not alone, if you are a group, your voice is stronger. So we try to test this in this program period with the 4 clusters in the program, and we had energy, water, innovation, and transport. Baltic Deal is part of the water cluster, and having the 4 clusters make it a bit easier for us as a program to talk about projects, because we don't talk about projects anymore, we talk about issues. And we talk about a huge group of people working together. So if you are a project or planning a project, look around yourself and look at the other potential projects with whom you can actually work on your issues much stronger. And again, for clusters, we can make targeted publications, for example. We produced recently a brochure on Baltic Impulse water cluster. And for this, we had also a slightly different approach. So we went to the project partners and we made interviews and we tried to really understand what are the selected stories and put this into a publication. So you can grab this brochure at the Baltic Sea program stand, and maybe it will help you to understand some of the stories behind the projects. Also, when you are a cluster, it's much easier to be present at the event. If you're one of the 100 or 500 projects, you disappear. If you are a cluster of 10 projects and you represent, let's say, 500 partners altogether, no, 500 is too much, let's say 200 partners in 10 projects, on average, it's much easier. So at one of the recent conferences, we also had cluster columns, for example, and we organized exhibition around cluster topics. I think I'm done. So these were the practical tools that we as a funding program can offer as help in communication. to projects.